Okay, well, good morning, all, and here we go again, dipping into this dystopian fascist American world with a vexatious and frivolous lawsuit filed by the Trump regime against the entire judge corps of the Maryland Federal Circuit and presenting a new and insane attack on the entire judicial system and the administration of justice. Now, the initial reports that I looked at or that I accessed on social media mainly and mainstream by legal experts fails to address the simple core issues that this unprecedented suit presents to our whole judicial system and separation of powers principles embedded and enshrined in the U.S. Constitution. The first question, and these questions are not necessarily in this order, just the ones that came to mind as they did. The first question I have as a former jurist and law advocate is whether or not this suit is frivolous and or vexatious and can be dismissed out of hand. I suggest that that is a possibility. The second question is who, if anyone, can properly address and adjudicate the suit, deciding on its propriety, as all 15, I think it's 15 judges are named as defendants. The third question is whether or not the suit is immediately dismissible because judges cannot be sued having judicial immunity, especially when the suit is derivative of a decision within their official duties taken in the ordinary course of business before the court. And for those of you who haven't heard about the suit, let me briefly explain. The Trump regime is suing the entire corps of Maryland federal judges for making an order protecting the rights of immigrants to receive due process before they can be arbitrarily deported to foreign nations. The order gives the immigrants up to 2 days, I believe, to declare their right to dispute the deportations, find representation, and file motions, including habeas petitions, enjoining the Trump Nazi ICERs from removing anyone without due process before they have an opportunity to dispute their deportations. And this is as they have done in the past. I mean, the ICERs have ignored judicial orders and have deported prisoners to El Salvador before the court could act. That's why the court makes this injunction. Now, the Trump regime is challenging the validity of the order and seeks its reversal and other declaratory relief, including the recusal of all the Maryland judges from hearing the case, which implies the rule of necessity, as the judges have a conflict of interest and a judge from another jurisdiction must be appointed to hear the case. Who does that? I have no bloody idea. I assume perhaps the chief judge of the Maryland courts or the Third Circuit. And so, however much legal logic dictates that the appropriate means to challenge the order is going to be an appellate division review or a direct appeal to the Supreme Court as an emergency application using what we know to be a very spurious shadow docket, and not this preposterous and in my view, vexatious suit implicating judicial immunity, which appears to be nothing more than an impudent assault on the whole judiciary, the rule of law, and separation of powers. So stand by for the next installment on this incredible development, as it might replicate itself in other jurisdictions. Cheers.